and welcome! This is Zach of Ferret on the Rocks playing a game called Galacide. This is currently in early access. Earlier I went ahead and played the tutorial and a little bit of the normal games, but let's go through it again. Just see the kind of wonderment that this game has. It's certainly pretty right now. It's a combination shoot 'em up and match 4. So it's an interesting concept. You can speed everything up by going to the right. You can... Let's see. Pretty good here. Pretty good. Very pretty. A little slow in terms of standard shmuppery. But, can't say it's too terrible. Can't say it's too great either. But, not yet anyway. I am only on the first level, so maybe things will get a little bit more fast-paced, perhaps. But the point of the game is apparently to just make it to the other side while all this junk is in your way, debris, if you will. And along with that, let's see, clearing the debris just requires getting through with whatever means it takes, whether it's the bombs or matching 4 colors at once. At least 4 colors, I should say. You can also morph stuff by standing right next to it, so that's pretty neat. Figure out this puzzle, go up here, boom. You can also dump the scrap, but I don't like doing that. But I'll do it anyway, because boom. Okay, that's out the way, that's out the way. Oh, not quite what I wanted, but it works. Clearing out large areas. Okay, get you there. Got a nice large tract of land. Very nice large tract of land. Okay, speeding things up by going forward. Now, what I haven't liked too much is I've only gotten hit once or twice, but there's not really much in the way of feedback. Doesn't really feel like you're getting hit when you get hit, which for a game with a life bar doesn't really seem to be all that great. Now if you run into someone, there's a little bit of feedback, but if you get shot, not so much. So it's a little bit more difficult to tell if you're getting hit, if you're not getting hit, if you're missing, whatever it might be. The only way you'll be able to tell is if the pattern is not 100% complete behind you, which I don't know if I like that in a shoot 'em up, because the whole point of it is to avoid getting hit, and it doesn't really tell you that you have been hit, so you don't really know what to and not to do sometimes, like how close you are to being able to skirt something, you know. It's missing just a few of those basic shoot 'em up things, but again, it's early access, so those are things that can be fixed fairly easily. At least I hope so. Just because they already do have the feedback available you know, from running into the ship, so they could probably make that a little bit stronger. You know, just a hair bit more screen shake on that. And then add some to getting hit by a bullet. By bullet. Bullet that you can outsmart. And it's also not letting me know that I'm in danger. You know, just a little sound here and there might be good. Might be good. Not an annoying constant whine, but maybe a ding ding every 5 or 6 seconds, just to let you know. Healing power-ups don't really have a sound either. I'm sure that's in the works though. But it's a pretty game. It's got potential. It just doesn't seem to be giving me the feedback I'd like. Which, you know, feedback is usually a very good thing in games, and when you don't have that much coming at you, it's a little bit irksome, I suppose would be the word. Makes it a little bit harder to get into the game. Now this first level, it feels a little slow. Again, that might just be because it's the first level. It might also be because I'm not that great at an action-y match 4 game. I'm not sure who is, because it's a novel concept, so you never know. You never know. Again, this lack of feedback is kind of annoying, and my game suddenly, the crawl speed seems to have suddenly stopped. It's very what's the word I'm looking for here? Inconsistent, I guess. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to die by getting forced off the screen, but I'd also like to be able to know if I'm moving forward or not, and that doesn't seem to be the case here. Because it doesn't. I don't know. It seems a little schizophrenic right now, I guess is the word. Because it's crawling along at just a snail's pace, and then you get up here and it goes significantly faster. So let's see here, and then giant screen and nothing. Huh? Oops. Ew. Okay. So that looked like it was going to give me a boss fight, you know, a big boss fight. But then it's just, oh, your ship goes wet and goes away. I guess, well, now that I see that it takes me to the next level, that's pretty neat. So far, the only difference I'm seeing is a little bit of background change, not really any gameplay or thematic changes from enemies, which, you know, I guess is alright, but you know, it doesn't really feel like I'm advancing. But you know what? That's cool. Because again, early access game. Now if it stays this way, yeah. Alright. So threshold seems to be about halfway. on the screen for... Oh, that I screwed up. There we go. More view. About halfway through the screen seems to be the threshold. It's okay, I guess. A little bit more than halfway. But you know, I think it's... I'd rather have a slightly more steady pace, even on normal. I might die more often, but the jump from one speed to the next is a little bit weird. Just a little bit. But these are all balance changes that can be made. Hooray! Nope. Bail on you. Okay. I'll take a bomb. Bombs work. Now the question is... Okay, so I've got my bomb. Alright. Break for daylight. Oh, some slightly tougher enemies here. But then not really. And oh, look at that, my health is low. Bother. Okay. So doing fairly well here, I think. But then that happens. But then the ship comes back with blast dynamite, and we're all good again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Clear out a big space there. Clear out a big space there. Missed a huge combo, but whatever. Let's see. Get that out of the way. Alright. So I'm getting a little bit close to my limit here on time. So I'm gonna get a little bit more on the reckless side. Hooray. Well, that was pretty neat. Maybe I do need to be just more reckless in general. Oh, there's our boss. There's our boss buddy. I'm not quite sure I like that. The disappearing super laser. Oh, and kaboom. Last life. Hooray. Okay, so let's see. Those are a bunch of mines that go kaboom. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I see how that is. It's like, oh, I got a big load, and then oh. maybe not. Get up here, blow these things up. Dodge. Dodge, 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 and alright. So that's the end of the level, perhaps? Nope. No. That felt like a good place to end it. But I guess not. But like I said, I'm getting reckless here, because just reasons. Okay. Is it gonna give me anything useful? No, nope, that's not useful. Okay, there we go. Clear that out. Let's see, no sort of... Not sure how I'm losing weapon power. Because it's not really giving me any feedback on that. Okay. So, I guess my biggest complaint so far about this game is the lack of real feedback. I know there's already a lot of stuff going on. It's a very pretty game, lots of particle effects, but it's giving me a lot of data, but not a lot of information, if that makes sense. Because it's overloading my visual with a bunch of what feels like fairly light, not so good on the feedback, sort of not so good on the actual useful information, more on the I'm going to overload every single sense you have and try and make you die. But then it doesn't do that too well because it's not telling me that I am dying. I can work with it though. I can work with it. I'm sure everyone can work with it. But as of right now, I'm not too 100% sure I would spend my money on this. Alright. Well, that was early access of Galacide, and I am Zach of Ferret on the Rocks. Thank you.